Pleasure to see you both.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to see you too, Greg.
And enjoyable series to watch. Needless to say, a great bottle of wine definitely would go along with watching most of the episodes.
Red or white? Red or white?
I'm a red.
Okay.
Yep.
Good man. Good man.
That started during episode 3 and went all the way to the rest. But Pressure, just start out with you. I mean, it's a fun series. It's about you and 3 of your girlfriends, who've known each other for a long time. Now, this series also goes to show what good friends they are, because regular friends will just say, oh, everything's great with you. Your good friends are the ones who tell you the truth, right?
Yes. That's what you need to get through the life, through your life, to run the world. If I didn't have my great friends with strong personalities and successful, strong, smart, brilliant women in my life, I wouldn't be able to do what I do on a daily basis. And that is what I could personally identify with the show. Like when I read the script, I was just like, this is just like me and my friends, and so relatable to all women of color and women just women, men as well. I feel like this show also highlights men and just their man relationships with their peers and with their women, and so I love it. And I'm excited for everyone to see it and to be inspired by these strong friendships and strong women supporting strong women, and for us to be aspirational for other women to do the same.
Right. And as you mentioned, Jay, about the guys, let's talk about your part. The guys are there, and in some cases, they always seem to be in a little bit of trouble.
That is very true. I know I can speak for Jason. Jason created his own trouble.
Yeah.
It is 100%. It's not self-sabotage, but it looks a lot like it. He woke up one day and decided he wanted to pluck the moon out of the sky, and kind of tripped in his execution of that goal. So yeah, the men are working through some stuff. Well, this man is, at least.
Yeah.
They all are in their own way. They all are. And, and it's great to see it flushed out. It's not a finalized thing, just like many relationships and friendships that are intertwined in real life with your friendships and your at-home relationships. And I think this show does a great job of being messy, but not being messy, like healthily, like believably messy, So yeah, I love it.
And just like what you said, you think back to comedies from, years gone by. You see all these folks, everybody looks nice. They all have the nice relationships, nice, happy homes. But this is a modern tale. I mean, this is like, hey, everything looks good from the outside, but once you get inside, that's where the real story starts, right, Jay?
Absolutely. It's honest, because in reality, things aren't always clean and nice and prim and proper. Relationships are messy. And this show is a reflection of that. There can still be a whole lot of love, but unless you have carbon copies of 2 people, there's going to be some kind of conflict.
Absolutely.
And we get to see that.
Right. But you guys also had a lot of fun. I really wanted to join in on the karaoke party.
That was what we wanted. That is exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, because it just looked like, a lot of fun. And also, the city of New York also plays another great part, or Harlem, I should say, plays a really great part in this story.
Yeah, this show is a love letter to Harlem. And I feel like a lot of shows never really highlight the beauty of Harlem. When I was growing up and I would look at New Jack City or, other shows that took place in Harlem, it was always about the struggle and crack, and just like, you don't want to go to Harlem. But because of, Black people telling this story, Black people that have lived and experienced successful lives in Harlem, we get to tell our side and give our slice of Harlem. And so I think that's really awesome for us to give back to our communities. And I was really inspired by that as well. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. I live in LA. So when I go home, I love looking at Baltimore and saying, yeah, you know, Baltimore is known for the wire and the corner and all this stuff, but there's also the beauty of it as well. And it's important that we highlight these communities and let other people in to see the beauty of these communities. And Harlem is dope, period.
Oh
The
yeah.
culture, everything. And I think this show, it's our fifth character
Yeah.
of our show, and it's very loud. It's very, you know, it's so colorful. It's a part of, you know, it's part of what makes our je ne sais quoi beautiful, just like Sex and the
That,
City.
yes.
Yes, you know, Manhattan was so a part of Sex and the City, but our show is so Harlem is what makes our backdrop so beautiful.
Absolutely. And I have to agree with you because I live in Detroit, and most movies or shows that had been made about Detroit were all just this, and it's like, no, come visit my town. It's a beautiful place, a lot of great culture and a lot of great stories. But I want to thank you both very much for your time, and I enjoyed it. And I told my wife and daughter that they need to watch it, and so I have to get a bottle of red and a bottle of white for them. So
shout out to Detroit. My favorite song is "It's So Cold in the Deep."
It is today. It was 80 last week. I was wearing shorts. Now it's cold. But
oh man.
You both take care. Enjoyed very much.
Thank you so much, Greg. You have a great day.
Hi, Greg.
Hi.
My dad's getting in today from Detroit.
Oh, you said what
My
happened to
dad is coming to visit me today. He gets in today. He lives in Detroit.
All right. Great.
Yeah.
Well, tell my fellow Detroiter hello.
I will.
That is so good. Well, good to see you both. Enjoyed the episodes. Like I've been telling everybody, it's kind of like got to have a glass of wine at times, just to, see certain things that are going on, but it's a fun thing.
Yeah.
And just even like starting out with you, Corbin, I mean, everybody needs friends like these. I mean, the four of you, the ladies are all very tight. And sometimes you need that friend who is going to come up and say, let me tell you what you should be doing. And they mean it from the bottom of their heart, right?
Yeah. Yeah, these are definitely enviable friendships, female friendships. And, having a great friendship doesn't mean that everything's perfect all the time and it's just easy, smooth sailing. I mean, when they are hard on each other, it's always from a place of love, and it's always to make the other person better and lift them up. And that's actually an act of love, because it's hard being honest with people. It's easier just to coast along and just be like, you're great, you're fine, sure, I agree. It's hard to like call someone out and be like, I'm doing this because I love you, you're messing up right now and you need to fix this. Like that's like how you treat family, and that's how these girls, that's how they operate.
I can tell there's some Detroit in you. Fantastic. Yeah, with that response, because that's what we all do need to do. And Stephen, everybody, the guys who are in this, they have like their bond together. And then everybody's got a different type of relationship, because without giving too much away, talk about the relationship that your two characters have.
Well, we have a working relationship and a personal relationship. And, I am her mentor in her pursuit of a PhD. And our personal relationship is one that is forbidden by the university. So we're in a very clandestine situation where people are trying to hide and conceal things. So that in itself is an interesting dynamic for the relationship. But then we have our personal relationship away from the university, where we're very loving and we're building a family together. And Sandy has taken it upon herself to come in and help with the parenting of my little girl. And Corbin calls it fake step parenting.
Script calls it. I didn't come up with that. Lee Davenport wrote that in there.
Okay. Well. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, Greg, and I think that's one of the reasons I was so happy about this role, was that there were so many layers to the relationship that we got to explore, and that as an actor, that makes you step up your game, because you have to be able to display those different layers in your body language and your energy and things like that. So, and doing it with Corbin is she makes it easy. She's extremely talented. She's, I called her yesterday an uber multi-talented individual, and she, you'll see in the show, she does these things, these levels of her are displayed. So I just think that it's this relationship is so complex, and the ability to portray it is a blessing for me.
Right. And that's why I asked you, to explain it, that part about the relationship. And, it is a comedy, also has some dramatic parts, but a lot of funny parts. I mean, Corbin, I wish I could have been there singing with you guys for karaoke night. That just looked like a blast.
And that day was so fun. The craziest thing is that we're all actors. I did Broadway musicals for years. So like I'm a classically trained singer. I went to school for musical theater, but to work with a bunch of actors that like have these secret hidden talents and these voices, and Lee, the writer and creator of the show, did such a fantastic job of choosing everybody's songs. And when everybody got up on the stage, Steven was rapping, who knew he was is also a rapper. Actually, I found that out too, in real life, he writes rap lyrics, but everyone, Tosin has this amazing falsetto. Amber is an amazing singer. It was just such a fun day. It was like a talent show on set. We had a blast.
It looked like it. It really did look like it. But again, thank you both very, very much for your time. Again, enjoyed. Can't wait for my wife and daughter to watch it. I know they're going to have a lot to say, so that's going to be great. So thank you both very much, and enjoy your dad's visit from Detroit.
Hey, Greg, I got to tell you, that background you got going on is fantastic. I see Darth Vader and Batman mask going on, and wow, that's amazing, man. That's fantastic.
You got Barry Gordy here, me playing a Beatles drum.
Yeah, Audrey Hepburn, the Beatles. Who is that? Is that McCartney? Is that you and Paul McCartney?
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't even see.
That's amazing.
Great eyes.
There it is.
Wow. How did you catch that?
Oh, I don't know how I knew that was Paul McCartney. I think it was the hairstyle.
He's got that bowl cut.
Yeah.
Shows, but so great. I can't wait to talk to you guys again, but I know I've got a scoop, but thank you so much. Yvette, how are you?
Good. I'm well, thanks. I'm well.
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm glad to be here with you. Enjoyed the series very much. Loved all the different personalities on all sides. And just the fact that, like we said, you look at everybody looks, everybody looks great. They're all on a successful path and all like that. But like in real life, we all have our own issues and different things going on. Now, was that something that drew you to wanting to be a part of this project?
Absolutely. I mean, the road to life or through life is not always smooth, but if we're fortunate enough to have fostered wonderful friendships, we're going to get through it. We're going to, thrive and get through it together. We're going to run the world together. That's really kind of the goal. I mean, that's, for me, those enviable female friendships at the center are the big draw to the show. If you don't have friends like these, you're going to want to go get some. And if you can't get some, you'll just rewatch the episodes and experience it, because it's it's definitely something to aspire to. But also just, seeing us as, fiercely female and Black and unapologetic is something that we can't see enough of.
No,
as many iterations of that as I can be, part of, I'm going to do it.
Don't blame you. And that's the absolute truth, because we're talking about this with everyone. We've got some friends who everything, when you do see each other, hey, how's it going? Great. How about you? Fabulous. Da, 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 da. But then you really do need those real friends who are like, hey, you're messing up, or I'm messed up. I need some help, just trying to get through. And like you said, that's the core of, good friendship.
Absolutely. It's the thing that I live for, which is why I love, being able to provide a cultural mirror vis-a-vis these, television shows that I've produced is just so important to me. Like, it's so important for us to see, just really the spectrum of beauty and intellectualism and complexity that is Black women and the Black experience.
And it is good to see, like you said, it's a different, type storyline where, like you said, it's all people who are college educated, graduates, living, a good life. But again, in their relationships, like most, everybody's got some issues and problems going right. Right. And, I even told
the road is bumpy, so you don't want to be on it alone. The road is bumpy, so you don't want to be on it alone, right?
No, absolutely. And the thing is, even when watching the show, be it the male characters or the female characters, you're going to see yourself in someone in it. And you're going to be going,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah. Yeah. We really wanted to make sure that these men were strong men that could actually, be in relationships with these women, as complicated as they are. We really did not want these, powerful, multidimensional women to be depicted with one-dimensional men. And so we really also we wrote them that way, and then we cast, these amazing actors in Tosin Mornfala and Stephen Bishop and Jay Walker and Nick Segar. Like we could not have cast this show more perfectly. I'm really proud of that. I mean, they're just so talented, and I'm so grateful that we put together this amazing cast.
I agree with you. Thank you so much. Enjoyed, and look forward to talking to you again.
Okay.
And hello to both of you.
Hi, I love your background.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just want to make it, all nice and
Yeah.
homey and friendly and feeling good. And I like you guys with your brownstone. So looks great. And fun time watching the series here. Like you said, you really know who your real friends are when they get to tell each other when they're doing wrong or not doing what is perceived to be right. And just starting out with the ladies, Andrea, on your side, you've got, these 4 people, been friends for a long time, but all 4 different personalities.
Yes. I'm sorry, was there a question?
Yeah, that's about the different personalities. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean I think the fact that they're all so different is what makes the show so dynamic. I mean, that's what makes any friendship group so dynamic, is having, vastly different personalities, because with different personalities come different perspectives. And so I'm a firm believer that, my perception of myself, of course, is the main perception. It's the most important, but the perception of myself through the eyes of other people is extremely important as well, because we don't always see ourselves with the most, broad lens. And that's what your friends do. Your friends come in and they get to see you in a different way. And they say, you know what, this is kind of what you're doing right now. And I don't know if this is serving your best interest. Are you sure that that feels right? Or you're not really aligned right now. How are you sure this is the road you want to go? Like, that's really what your friends are supposed to do. And you're supposed to be open and receptive to the perspectives that they have. Otherwise, you wouldn't be friends. And so I feel like the more diverse your friend group is and the more diverse the perspectives, honestly, the better the friendship and the better your life can be, if you're open to learning from the people that you're allowing into your life. And I think these women really do that for each other.
Nope, that they do. And then even for the guys, you guys have your friendship as well with the other men in the show. But it seems like the guys are always getting into trouble or having something go wrong. Because Nick, I kind of felt sorry for you a lot in different scenes from this program.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the ladies would agree with feeling sorry for me, but I think it comes from we see the relationship from the point of view, we get to hear the lady's side of the story, and he has, made some mistakes, definitely. But I think the wonderful thing is these things are incredibly accurate. We're watching 2 people incredibly ambitious who love hard, and they're trying to really figure these things out. And that's going to come with ups and downs. I think he knows that he made a mistake, and, he's trying to really get the woman who he loves and wants to share. Because what I love about the relationship between Anderson and Ella is they're incredibly supportive of each other. And, that they're in each other's corner, even though it's 2 completely different fields they're in. Mm-hmm. Like Andrea was saying earlier about having friends who are not afraid to say, hey, I think you're better than this, or I think you can do more than this, but also support you too in that, you're on the right path. I love you, but I see more for you. And I just have to say that because I love you. So, I mean, we see some wonderful, wonderful dynamics throughout the show, throughout all the relationships.
Absolutely. And Andrea, I was going to say your character, she's a reporter, does interviews and different things like that. And the one part I have to say, I'm quite sure all of us who have interviewed you might have mentioned, when you're in the junket room and you're doing the interview, mm-hmm. It was like, wow, that took me back. I look forward to being back in a room with somebody doing interviews again.
Well, thank you. Yeah, she's, she kind of, Ella she's a storyteller. I think at the core, she's a storyteller, she's a writer, and she, is really connected to the human experience. And so, what she's doing, what we see her doing in the first season of, working with Hot Tea Digest and doing interviews and things like that. So to her, it's, it's a means to an end, but it's not, the full fulfillment of what it is that she is trying to achieve. But because she is such a hard worker and a go-getter, and she's really just trying to rebuild herself, she's, taking it on, head first and with as much grace as she can. It's not always graceful, but she does her best.
Trust me, we know from this end. But I just want to thank both of you for your time. Really enjoyed and look forward to seeing many more episodes. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Lee. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Good. Well, enjoyed watching the series. As I just told a couple of the folks, it definitely is a wine drinking show where it started on episode 3 and took me all the way to the end. Now, how did this whole idea come up for you?
Yeah, this show is based on my life with my friends postgraduate. I went to Spelman College and I moved to Harlem with a lot of my friends, and we were working in banking and working in media and, trying to figure out how to be real adults and drinking wine and hanging out with guys and falling in love and falling out of love and running around Harlem. And I just thought, people should see this, people should know that this exists and what this looks like and how amazing it is to live in this space and, to be in this time of life, having so much fun and figuring it all out. And nothing like that was there, it wasn't there. I didn't see that reflection. And so I thought, well, I'm going to write it. They should make it a TV show.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of folks, in fact, honestly, when we were just talking, made me think about my cousin who's from here. She went to Howard, then went to NYU graduate school, lived in New York. I know she's going to get a kick out of this. That's for darn sure.
She does.
And then, the other good part is, like you said, you got the 4 friends all living in the same area or, in Harlem, and everybody's successful. And like we had talked about, you look at it from the outside, everybody's, looking good, moving up, doing great. But then when you finally get in and find out everybody's story, it's kind of like, all of us, it's like, everything is not what it seems.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that, right, there's so much pressure, particularly in Black women, to like, put it together and look good and, be Black girl magic. And that's fine. But behind that is like real stuff, like we're all dealing with our own, insecurities and letdowns, and are we on the right path? And if I'm not, how do I get on it? And what do I do? And having your girlfriends there to support you, to be with you in those dark and ugly moments, like that's what life's about. That's how you move forward. And, it was just really amazing to be able to write a show that felt authentic and honest, and I think you don't want to fall into the trap of exceptionalism, right? Like, let's normalize what life looks like in its fullness.
No, that's for sure. And, like I said, it's called a comedy up because there are a lot of funny things going on in this show. I told them, I wish I could have been part of your karaoke party. Next time when you do it again, let me know.
I love karaoke, so there will be a next time.
Great. I like doing Elvis, so get ready.
Hey, Elvis.
Lee, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the show. All the best, and talk to you soon.
Thank you, Greg.
Okay, bye-bye. Hello, how are you both?
Good. Well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well. Same. Enjoyed watching the series, and you two are engaged in the series, and weddings are so easy to put together, aren't they, Amber?
Oh yeah, they're just like, it's an effortless, you can do it in just a couple days.
And doesn't family never gets involved, do they? I mean, it's just the two of you putting it together.
Of course. I see you've got the dynamics all figured out. Yeah.
Especially Nigerian weddings, very low key.
Oh, right, no pageantry, nothing going on.
Oh.
But yeah, that you see that whole ride. And so, Amber, of course, you've got your girlfriends who you've known for a while. They're there with you, and just funny stuff goes on while trying to get things together where people have their own ideas of what you should be doing.
Yeah, and I think she has her own ideas of what her life should have looked like and what she thought she wanted, and all of a sudden she's confronted with have I made a huge mistake by just choosing this one path in my life, and have I missed out on all this fun opportunity to like live spontaneously. And I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling. She's an ambitious person who's really gone after what she's wanted, but now she's looking back wondering if that was the road she should have taken.
Right. And then even like with your character, Dawson, you and the other guys actually even have a bond as well, where you get together and talk about stuff, like guys do.
Yeah, we do. And it's kind of a nice moment to kind of for once see men just like sensitively, Black sensitively, but also crassly discussing how they feel about the women in their lives and about how they associate with each other and retain what makes them feel masculine and like they're connected to a person while also being a good partner to them and their needs. So it's cool to see that.
Oh yeah. And like you said, it's one of those things where we've talked about with some of the others, how when you look at comedies, I mean, from the past, where everybody looks great, everything is beautiful, where they live is fabulous, and it's just this perfect, existence. But the truth of the matter is, this series is showing how real life is. I mean, Amber, yeah, like what you had mentioned, everybody's got situations going on, be it, insecurities or whatever. And at least with this show, we get to see different things with all the different people.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what makes the show so much fun, is that we can relate to all of these different characters, and we can also watch their enviable friendship with each other. They're all so different, but they have each other's back. They show up for each other. They, pick on each other, but they're also underneath, there's so much love. And they're all taken in very different paths in their lives. And so it'll be fun every week for people to see like where they're headed.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then start with you on this one, Thompson. We've been talking about, this is a great wine drinking series. just when previewing yesterday, by the time I got to episode 3, that's when it's like, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Let me.
Yeah, have a good time.
Oh yeah. What do you think about that, sir?
Well, I mean, for me, it's got to be whiskey, but the same general.
Same.
Yeah, I definitely felt like after every episode, there's at least 1 or 2 moments in every episode that makes you go, one, it makes you, and then it makes you go, I'm not sure where I land on this argument, whether it's something really big or something small, like which side the toilet paper roll should be situated on, you know what I mean? So, and then you really realize how any little thing or big thing can be a source of conflict that needs to be investigated. And it's both funny and like surprisingly touching.
You're right about the toilet paper thing. Like when I first got married, I was the over, my wife was the under. Now 30 years have passed. And so finally got her convinced it's the over. So
over is correct. There is a correct and an incorrect way, and over is correct.
Great. We know how the Amber Stevens West household works.
but like I said, it's just a fun ride to go along with. And I think, each of the characters, both on the men's side and the women's side, a lot of us can watch and go, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. And I think that I love that kind of stuff. Those are the shows that I love. Like my favorite genre is female friendship, because I can't relate to it more, like I'm so close to my girlfriends. We are each other's family. They are my backbone. They hold me up. They lift me up. They support me. They're my biggest cheerleaders. And I love watching that reflected in a show. And so this show, it's like the perfect show for me.
Absolutely. Perfect show for a lot of folks. Amber, Dawson, thank you so much for your time, and take care, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Thank you.